Next turn is Mark.
Yes, I'm here.
Your turn, Mark.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, well, nice to meet everyone today. I'm just going to share my screen. Hi, John. Can you see that? Okay.
Yes, but you should start in slideshow.
Yeah. All right, here we go. So I represent Langley School District, which is a school district in the Vancouver area, which is located about 45 minutes from downtown Vancouver by car. So you just had the presentation by North Vancouver, which is Caroline, which you can see the location of North Vancouver on the top of the map. Langley's location is east of Vancouver, near the American border. And Langley is a suburb of the greater Vancouver area, which is, again, a family safe area for local families to live. Mom and dad work in Vancouver, but live in Langley. And local mom and dad commute every day to Vancouver for work. But of course, their children live in Langley, and Langley is a nice sized city with all the amenities that you need to live there, but close enough to Vancouver that it's easy to get to. We have worked with IGE for many, many years. I have been working with the international program since 2011. And I've been traveling to Korea, usually twice or 3 times a year during that time. And in all those years, IGE has been a great partner with Langley. We trust IGE to bring families from Korea to Langley. And if there are any issues or any problems, we work with IGE very closely, IGE and their staff, to help parents or help students and make their life transition from Korea to Langley and Canada very smooth and very easy. And IGE provides a great support to the families from Korea who move to Canada. They have local people in Vancouver area to support students and to support parents. And like I said, I travel to Korea at least twice or 3 times a year. And I always work with the IGE program and their staff. And we have a great relationship. So I really recommend IGE as a trusted partner. And again, I thank IGE for helping the 4 districts on today to present to the families. So just some questions. I heard Caroline from North Vancouver talking about why North Vancouver. So same question, why Langley? So first of all, location. It is close to Vancouver, but it's a suburb of Vancouver. It's very safe, local community that Canadian families are moving to because of the price. We are usually half price of Vancouver City, and because it's a safe, welcoming community. Most of the residents here speak English as a first language, and we are a public school district. So our schools in our school community are growing, and it is a sought after community where Canadian families are moving to. And since I've worked in Langley, Langley has doubled in size because it's a very attractive community close to Vancouver for Canadian families to live. Currently, there are 250,000 residents in Langley, and Langley is a city that has everything that families need. It has restaurants, coffee shops, shopping mall, highway that goes directly to Vancouver. We have bus service that goes directly to Vancouver. And in 2028, Langley will have a SkyTrain line with 2 stops, 2 SkyTrain stops that will also go directly to Vancouver. We are a growing community, as I said. And so we have community centers, sports facilities, movie theaters, shopping malls, new housing and apartment buildings for families, and nature trails that families can go picnic, walking, hiking. We have everything that families need for a successful and pleasant life in Canada. Langley School District itself is the 6th largest school district in British Columbia. There are 26,000 Canadian students. And currently, we have 31 elementary schools, 5 middle schools, and 8 high schools. And as I said, we are a growing city. So there will be a new elementary opening in September 2025 and in the Willoughby area, and then a 9th high school opening in 2027. And that's because the local population is growing, because Langley is a very attractive, nice place for local families to move to. The success of Langley is well known, and in 2024, these are some of the post-secondary institutions that our secondary students have gone to. And of course, many of our elementary students from Korea stay for high school program and then go on to university in Canada, and some go to university in the United States. But we are very successful in helping students to attend post-secondary school as well. The most popular elementary schools, because of location and because of the area, which is very new and modern and close to the highway and close to lots of amenities, are these 7 elementary schools that students go to: Alex Hope, Gordon Greenwood, Dorothy Peacock, West Langley, James Kennedy, Topham, and Fort Langley are very popular elementary schools for IGE clients, because IGE really supports the families in finding their life here with housing and whatnot. And these schools are located in the Walnut Grove area, which is a very new, growing area of Langley. Okay, so local families, of course, go to these schools, but also we do have international students as well in our elementary and secondary schools. And as I said, these are some of the more popular schools, which are very new and modern schools. In our elementary program, we have district teachers that support the classroom teacher in teaching English second language to students who need that support. So when we have students from Korea, not all Korean students need English language support because maybe their English is quite high. When they first arrive, every elementary student will get a test of their English level just to see if they need support or they do not need support from an English language teacher. All students will have support from their classroom teacher. If the classroom teacher and the English language teacher feel that your son or daughter needs some extra support, then the English language teacher will work with the classroom teacher to choose times where the English language teacher will go into the classroom to support your son or daughter with reading, writing, listening, or speaking activities within the classroom. Okay, we do not pull students out of their classroom, and I'll explain some reasons why, but this is what our in-class support looks like. We have 2 staff members, the classroom teacher and the ELL teacher, working together to help your son or daughter within the classroom, work with the class, or work in small groups, or work with pairs to enhance and help them to understand the content of the class with their English language development. These are some reasons why we use in-class support, but the main reason, there are a couple. One of the main reasons is that we don't pull students out of the classroom because the classroom teacher and the ELL teacher work together to help the student in the class with their peers. So they will make Canadian friends in their classroom. They will make friends with all students, hopefully, in their classroom. And it is much better that they are remaining with their peers in the classroom to learn the language and to follow the content of the class. So they will not be pulled out every day or anytime. They will be learning English in the classroom with both their classroom teacher and their ELL teacher. The district teacher who supports your son or daughter will, as I said, work with the classroom teacher, but they will also support the student when the student first arrives in Canada with school orientation. We also do a school orientation with the parents so that the parents understand how a Canadian class works, how to use my Korean-speaking staff if the parents don't speak English well or don't feel comfortable in talking to the teacher directly at first. or just in general, how to, approach a classroom teacher or talk to a local teacher. So we give a lot of support, not only to the students, but also to the Korean parents as well.
Mark,
Yes.
I need to translate your presentation regarding the ESL support because it's special. So
Yeah.
can you wait?
Yes, go ahead, please.
오케이. 지금 이분이 설명한 이 인클래스 서포트는요, 어떤 교육청에도 없어요. 퍼블릭에서. 그러니까 뭐냐면 제가 아까 ESL 수업을 어떻게 한다 해서 풀아웃이라고 그랬어요. 애들을 빼내서 ESL 교실 갔다가 다시 그러는 거였죠. 근데 랭리는 인터내셔널 스튜던트만큼은 어떻게 하냐면 애들이 나갔다 들어오는 게 어떻게 보면 교육적으로 안 좋다 그래서 이 교육청 인터내셔널 디파트먼트에서 선생님을 따로 파견해서 애는 안 움직이고 선생님이 그 교실로 들어가서 수업 시간에 따로 도와주는 거예요. 그러니까 한마디로 해서 애가 뭘 영어를 못하고 뭘 하면 그 교실에서 애를 빼내는 게 아니라 도와주는 선생님이 그 교실에 가서 같이 한다는. 근데 이게 이제 한국 분들 이해가 안 돼. 선생님 수업하는 애 따로 하는 그게 아니고요. 캐나다 초등학교 수업은요, 선생님이 어떤 일방적으로 뭘 칠판에다 쓰고 설명하는 게 아니라 어차피 소그룹으로 나눠서 애들끼리 토론시키게 하고 의견시키게 하고 이런 식으로 이제 선생님이 등을 보이고 수업하는 방식이 아니기 때문에, 그러니까 지금 한국식 수업 방식은 선생님이 뭘 쓰고 선생님이 뭐 그 반 애들한테 똑같이 설명하는 게 아니거든요. 원래 평상시에도. 그래서 그런 분위기 속에서 그러니까 어쨌든 애들을 도와줄 ESL 선생님이 인터내셔널 스튜던트한테만 가는 거죠. 그래서 랭리는 풀업 방식이 아니라 어떻게 보면 이분들이 돈을 더 투입을 하는 거예요. 이중으로 돈을 쓰는 거죠. ESL 수업이 기존 학생들, 인터넷 외에는 그냥 로컬 학생들은 그런 식으로 ESL 수업을 하는데 애들을 빼내는데 랭리만 인터내셔널 스튜던트를 위해서 특별히 추가로 또 비용을 서포트를 해서 선생님을 교실 내로 투입을 해서 애들이 그 반에서 더 인터그레이트 잘 되게 수업에 훨씬 빨리 적응되게 도와주는 거예요. 근데 이게 어떤 교육청도 이렇게 안 하고 랭리만 이렇게 해요. 그래서 이게 굉장히 특별한 프로그램이고 인터내셔널 스튜던트를 위한 랭리 교육청만의 혜택이 되는 거죠. 예. Go ahead.
Hi, John. I'd just like to add that the ELL department, so not my department, but the English language department, who work with local students who need ELL support, they are also using the in-class support model. So it's all of Langley doing it, not just the international student program.
Okay. My mistake.
This is the picture of just some classes. Now, this is a high school, but elementary schools also have a variety of classes for the students, such as art, music, computer classes. So it's very similar in some ways to a high school in that students not only do the academic program, but they do have some elective classes as well. And as the student gets older in the elementary schools, such as grade 6, grade 7, some sports programs start and some extracurricular activities start as well. So the younger grades usually don't. They will do community sports or community programs. But as the students get older, then more extracurricular in-school activities will begin as well. Our school facilities are very modern. So these are some pictures of high schools and elementary schools with physical education gyms, with some schools have beautiful libraries at the bottom picture. Langley Fine Arts at the bottom there is an art studio and the theater. But all of our schools that I talked about have very modern facilities, and the schools are very nice buildings for students to study in. So that was a fast presentation. I appreciate the opportunity to present. And I can answer any questions if parents have any, and I'll just stop sharing now. There we go. Okay, I think I stopped sharing.
Okay, thank you. 질문 있으시면 해주세요. 랭리 교육청.
So there's a question about the English test you mentioned. There's a test where they split the students into 8 levels, and could you explain a bit more about that? What kind of test it is?
I don't know about the 8 levels. I've never heard about that. But when the students arrive, the English language teachers will give a placement test. So it's not a formal test, it's a reading, listening, speaking, writing test, just so they can understand what level the student is, so that they will know if the student needs English language support or not.
You mean the ELL testing?
Yes, correct.
How many level there? 5 level?
In Langley, no,
Yeah.
we just say 3, beginner, intermediate, and advanced.
How much the tuitions?
Langley's program fee is $16,500 for 1 school year, same all levels. There's no difference between elementary school and secondary school.
There's one last question.
Sure.
2 questions actually. One is there anything other than a September entry? Like, could there be a January or February entry for Langley too? And also, you mentioned there are 31 elementary schools, and what would the average size of each school be?
Okay, so
Number of
first
students?
question, first question, we accept elementary students in September, January, and February. Okay, so we have 3 intakes for elementary students. We also have 3 intakes for secondary students, but that is September, February, and April. All right, so different intakes. The second question is, sorry, can you repeat the second one? I've forgotten what the question was.
The average size of the elementary schools in Langley?
Oh, sure. Sorry. So it depends on the local community. So in like some schools have elementary schools would have a maximum of like 500 or 550 students if that area has a lot of housing or apartment buildings. And then elementary schools in a lower density area might have 200 or 250 students. It just depends on where the school is located and what the housing looks like around the school. So they're not all one size. There's a variety of sizes depending on the community that the schools are located in.
Okay.
If there's no more questions, I'd just like again to thank the staff and Erica and Haijung and IGE for having this session, and for all the parents listening tonight. We appreciate your time and giving us this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.